Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at what if civilization started over. We are now on episode 19, might be wrong, of the series. And yeah, in the last episode we saw a whole bunch of stuff happening around the world. More specifically, over in China we saw a revolution overthrowing the old government, and now we have a brand new one. And outside of that, I honestly don't remember. We saw a lot of countries expanding. Um, and yeah, that's about all I can remember. So yeah, if you do like this video, make sure at the end you do subscribe, and like I'll bring it up again. And before we do start, I do want to say that I've been trying to do all these videos in one take, meaning they're not going to be edits on this really. And yeah, this video is only not multiple takes because if it were to be multiple takes, then I would have less time to record videos, less time to actually do stuff because I would be spending that time editing, and I want to have fun not editing, so here we are. Anyways, since the last episode, I've done a few things. More so, I have placed major cities where every single capital is for whenever we add major cities. And also, I have gone ahead and added the provinces and outlines for some regions. This is here from some time ago. I kept the green team's borders because I like them. But other than that, we have Britain done, and then this I just started. I'm probably gonna save the rest of the provinces for maybe a live stream. I don't know. I might not have time for that, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, from here, let's actually look at the scenario and see what happens today. And I do want to say that um, the Dark Ages mini movie will be ending on the 22nd episode of the series. So yeah, we're about halfway through this arc now, or a little over halfway. I don't know. I forget when this arc started. But yeah, without further ado, no more shenanigans of me yapping. Let's jump into this. And we're going to start over in the British Isles with our daily British Isles update. Because we're heading on over to this red thing because it's going to fall apart. And yeah, this is kind of to be seen. And hey, we can use our province map for this. I almost didn't use it there. But we're going to see the independence of... What the hell? We're going to see the independence of this thing. And very quickly, it's going to kind of find itself getting beaten up by their neighbors. The blue team's gonna take this province here in the south, and this magenta-y kind of, I don't know what color that is. It's like a dark pink, actually. Is gonna take a lot of the inner territory here, and from here, this purple country will become very small. At this point, we move on over to the Northern Irish area, who's going to go ahead and fully integrate this gold country here into their state. And at this point, we're kind of seeing that Northern Ireland is a lot more unified than Southern Ireland is. And this will be represented furthermore because this guy is about to fall apart. If I do remember correctly, this thing conquered the former state that was here. And yeah, now that state's gone, but now you are also gone. And yeah, this guy will lose this guy in the east, this cyanish color in the kind of west, and then in the center, we're going to see a new state taking over, which will be of this color here. From here, we're going to see other stuff happening, more so in the center of Ireland, as we're going to see these two unifying together into this kind of color country. Anyways, that's it for Ireland. Now we head on over to the British Isles, where there are way too many capitals, and I forgot to erase one of them, but now we can go ahead and see what happens here today, which is a whole bunch of nothing, except two countries will make moves. First country making a move is the light blue country. We'll go ahead and get rid of this dark green guy here. They're going to invade right in, and then they're going to just take it over a few days later. And then from here, we go on over to the pink country. We'll go ahead and launch an invasion into the orange country, and they're going to get rid of that guy. So now these two countries are no more, and the British part of the Isles is becoming a lot more united than the Irish one is. And yeah, we're gonna see how that will inevitably end in episode 22 because yeah, I don't want to be doing these updates for forever. So yeah. Anyways, from here we are leaving this area and heading on over to where did I have in mind? Here. to Turkey because we're gonna see a war breaking out, and this is between the pinkish colored country and the bluish guy, and I'm gonna keep this border here because maybe I want it in the future. I might do this throughout some of the next few episodes before we have the full season mini movie thing done. But for now, we're just gonna have this. And yeah, we're gonna see this pink country declaring war on their neighbor, and they want to just take as much land as possible because they're scared of this Anatolian Union thing that is kind of on their border. And yeah, this thing's hatred for everything is going to be represented here as they're just going to kind of destroy anything and everything. From here, we're going to see a treaty being devised, which does not treat this blue thing like well at all. And yeah, their capital's not in the right country. So yeah, from here we're gonna have to create a brand new capital for them, which will be up here on this northern coast here. And yeah, at least they still get to be a country, right? But I don't know what's happening here with the like top of this major city. But yeah, we can go ahead and fix that. There we go. That looked weird. I don't know what happened. Anyways, we can go ahead and disable that because these two are now rivals with each other, and we're going to see more of that later on, just not today. Anyways, we now head down to Africa, where we're going to see some changes here, more specifically over in West Africa, because I've been neglecting this region, and I probably shouldn't neglect this region because it's pretty historically significant, especially about at this time, so let's talk about it. And more specifically, this region is bothering me, so we're going to create a brand new country in this region. Why not? And this new country will be like a weird, just amalgamate. It's going to be this region here, but it's like weird. Anyways, I don't know how to define a country like this. It's just going to kind of form from a whole bunch of people coming from the surrounding countries into it. From here, we're going to see much of the same happening in this area down here, as we're going to see yet another brand new country forming. And colors, colors, colors. I never have any colors for this. I think I want to go with this like kind of bluish purple here. I don't know though. It looks kind of meh, but I do kind of like it, especially the shape. I think I'm going to keep that. But from here, we're going to see another new country forming, which is a completely vastly different color. I'm going to use a brown here. This country will consist of a lot of the area that has been just not touched yet, but now will be, as this area will unite into one country, including this island, which has not been explored yet for some reason, South America. And as well as that, it's going to take this island here, which is having some problems for some reason. And yeah, now Africa has kind of come full circle. But we're not done here yet, because we're going to see another country forming over in this region here. And that will be a just pure red country because I'm running out of colors. And this country will kind of just have a weird border because I feel like this area doesn't have enough uniqueness, and that kind of adds to it in a way. And I feel like that needs to be something here. I'm running out of words, as you can tell. I've been recording a lot today, and it's just not been going well for me. Anyways, from here, this corridor thing exists, and I want to get rid of it. So we're going to be doing exactly that. This yellow team will get a little bit of land out of it, not all too much, but they will be getting land. From here, I guess I'll give it to the red team because it would look weird a part of the brown team. I kind of like this. I might adjust your color over here, this brown guy. Might make them a darker one instead of a lighter because there's already same sort of tone. Maybe if I like make it more gray. Yeah, I like that. And yeah, from here, I think we're just gonna keep making more countries because this region is kind of empty and I don't want it to be empty. And yeah, from here, we're going to add a brand new blue kind of country. And this guy is going to have a border with the Nigerian country. And yeah, I think that's a wacky enough border. There we go. From here, I don't think there are enough pink countries here. So we're going to create a pink country as well. And this guy will have another wacky kind of border because, yeah, I like curved borders for some reason. Anyways, from here we have an obvious region for a country to be created, and why not use like a purple for this one? Not like a light one, but like maybe a medium kind of purple color here. And now we have yet another new country to fill a gap here. And Africa is coming along pretty great. Except I don't want to do all this in one episode. And plus, the rest of this is kind of desert, so we're going to ignore the rest of that for now. And we're going to leave Africa alone, heading on over to Asia, where we're going to see some of this same kind of stuff happening. More so over in this region, which is barely Asia, but let's cover it really quickly because it needs to be covered, and I don't want to forget about this, so we're going to do this now. And this won't really be seen through the formation of many new countries per se, but rather the expansion of a few old ones. More so, the Russian country will be expanding into a lot of this region here as they will reach this peninsula, and they will also begin to block off this guy here as they're going to take over a lot of this land, becoming probably the largest country on this map. Maybe, I don't know. China's giving them a run for their money, as well as India. But yeah, they're a pretty big country at this point. And as well as that, we can go ahead and see that their neighbor country, this red guy, will be annexing this region here, which makes them another contender for largest country. But Russia alone, this area is a lot larger than them. But yeah, now we can talk about brand new countries in this region because we're going to see quite a bit of them. Starting off over here, we're going to create like, I don't know what kind of color to use because there's so many colors. But I think I don't think I've used this color yet, so I think I'm gonna try and use this kind of shade of bluish. I don't know. I feel like I've used it maybe, but yeah. There's a new country there, and I'm running out of words once again. This video is probably gonna be the worst of every single episode I've recorded so far because it's like just yapping and it's not feeling as fun to record. But anyways, that's enough of that. Yeah, see, I'm messing up my words here. I've just recorded so much today already. But yeah, we're gonna see the Kazakh country expanding up to this area here. And this thing I'm actually gonna redraw because I hate these borders. And why not just expand them into area that we have not explored yet? Because that's a good idea. And I might kind of go off the borders I've already drawn in here just a little bit. Like something like this looks a little better. Not perfect, but better. Maybe like give them a little land out of this here, and then maybe they're done. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. And from here, we're going to see the exploration of this region beginning to ramp up again because, yeah, these guys are pretty close to meeting on either side of this, and the area unknown is thinning. Thinning. I don't know words anymore. They're just not in my brain. Anyways, from here, we're going to head over to this kind of type at region where we're going to see a lot more of this getting explored. Not like the mountains, but like the areas that are not as bad. Especially over here, we're going to see a lot of this getting explored as it's much easier to explore into. And at this point, we have a lot of land open, and it looks like I'm just purposefully waiting for this. Trust me, I'm not. I really want to get rid of this line here. Like, it looks so much better if it was like this, but if I did that, then it would make so many different things that I don't want to have to do yet. So, yeah, we're going to ignore this. Hopefully, be able to not gouge our eyes out. And from here, we can go ahead and look at the other side of this because the other side of this is not as weird looking. Like this Central Asian area, it's like not colorful. Like it's just a whole bunch of like weird darker scale countries, and it's not like I don't like this. Anyways, from here we can go ahead and leave that hell of a place and move on over to this region of Southeast Asia because we're gonna see these guys expanding. Starting off with the Myanmar kind of country, they're going to expand northwards into a lot of this region here, as they see it as basically the only opportunity for expansion. And yeah, they're going to use that opportunity. From here, this yellow country will also take this opportunity, but only in the south region because I like their borders. That's my reason. Also, it looks like it's like a guy screaming, and this is like his tongue or something. I don't know. It looks like he has like two different tongues or something like that. I don't know. I just like how this thing looks. Anyways, from here we can go ahead and create a brand new state in this region, which I want it to be like a darker country. So I'm going to create like a dark pinkish color maybe, but I'm going to like embrace this kind of border again as I did down there. And I think this looks pretty cool. Anyways, from here, I'm going to create yet another new country. And this one's going to kind of just be me creating a country to create a country because there doesn't need to be a country there. And yeah, now Asia's looking a little better in my opinion, but we can still do a little better because this region is looking pretty empty. And a country will be taking this opportunity, and that is this pink country here, who will go ahead and expand down into this territory here. And I'm going to create one of these lines that I've been liking ever since I started this video, right here, as they're going to begin to expand down into this region pretty rapidly, as they probably shouldn't be expanding all this much so fast, but they will. Anyways, from here, we're going to see this weird country here taking the rest of this land, which cuts this green guy off from expanding. That's unfortunate, but I don't really care because I don't really like this green guy. It's not anything personal, but I just don't like him. Anyways, from here, that's enough yapping about that region, because now we're heading down to Indonesia, because this blue thing is going to go ahead and take over all this, and this purple thing will go ahead and take over all of this. And now they begin to approach areas like New Guinea, which haven't been quite colonized by humanity yet. From here, honestly don't have plans. I should really start planning these episodes in advance. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna do it. This is bothering me so much. We're gonna get rid of the line. It's just, I gotta get it. I know what I said earlier doesn't line up with that, but I gotta get rid of the line. And yeah, from here, things will become vastly different as the two worlds have connected. This I didn't have planned till after episode 22, but recording this made me realize that this definitely would have happened before episode 22 had I not purposely hindered it. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at this, and I'm trying to get colors that make Central Asia look better. Like maybe a yellow could work, maybe like a greenish color, maybe like a reddish. Maybe if it had like a red, a green, and a yellow, maybe it would look better. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to reshade these guys, which I think I might do. Starting with you, most obviously. Then maybe we can like make you a bluish, I don't know. We're gonna leave you for now, but I'm gonna change that guy's color. And maybe even yours, because I feel like this one's an easy one to change as well. We can just do like that or something. And yeah, I like that actually, so we're gonna do that. Anyways, back to this. We're gonna create some new countries here, because why not? And I'm just gonna create a darker color of this, because why not? And yeah, from here we're gonna see this new country immediately linking the two worlds. This guy is pretty important because literally any trade that would happen through this region would have to go through this guy. So this new country is kind of like in Wix, so I forget what country it was, but it was like connecting everything. I think it might have been like funny thing that it's the same color, but like the Tanatuvan country that eventually became the tiny little guy that existed there for a while. But yeah, it linked the two worlds like this, and I think it might have been that guy. I think it was. But now we have this same kind of link forming, and we can go ahead and look at trade routes. Because now we're going to see these trade routes rapidly beginning to develop, because now there's a reason for them to develop, especially in this kind of region. And yeah, let's look at this, because first of all, we're heading over to the Azeri area, because these guys have been expanding their trade routes into the Central Asian region already, because they've kind of become a hub in this region, as it's very easy to kind of like move around the Caspian from their territory. But from here, it will move out of the orange team into the kind of Kazakh country here, along the southern area of this lake, then straight through this guy. Then it kind of just begins to move through the areas here, moving down to that capital, then through there, then your capital, and then it kind of just begins to move south, down, down, down. And yeah, that is the Silk Road that just got created. It wouldn't be created that fast, but I want to get it over with so we can talk about it in the next episode. From here, we're going to head on over to the Russian area because trade routes have been building over here too, as we're going to see a trade route going straight from the main Polish capital here to this Russian capital here. From here, the trade route that goes to the pink team and through Russia will link up in this gray guy, then going through you, then down to that capital. And yeah, I'm just linking trade routes now because that's all I feel like I can do at this point. And yeah, I'm sorry if this episode's like horrible quality. I just didn't know what to do. My brain didn't like click, and it usually does. Anyways, now trade is connected in most areas, except for down here for some reason. I feel like this would have definitely been connected already, but we're going to see exactly that happening as it's going to have to go through a lot of this area down here because jungles in the area. So, yeah. From here, Africa probably wouldn't have much of trade going on, but if so, it would definitely look something like this. And then there's, of course, the gold trade, so there'd be a trade route probably running along here. I'm gonna work on that a little, well, like, because there's cities here already, and it just kind of probably move up to the Nile area here, linking up in Egypt. And yeah, I think that is gonna do it for today's video, because I've got to record more. I'm like worn. I didn't want to record this episode now, especially. But yeah, hopefully this next episode is not this bad because I was just out of ideas today. And yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. As I said earlier in the video, subscribe if you made it this far. And liking the video also shows that you like this kind of content and you would like to see more. I really hope that I can keep up the 2 upload schedule throughout the rest of the month, but that might change. Morning uploads are 8, not 8 a.m., 10 a.m. You can see my brain's going crazy, and evening uploads are at 6 p.m., both MST, and yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. I might be missing something, but yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you made it this far, make sure you do subscribe. Like the video also shows that you support it. And I will see you all in the next episode of What If Civilization Started Over.